All right, we will get this meeting started. It is the August 10th regular meeting for the Windom School Board. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, good evening, everybody. I'm going to start with number 3, the approval of the agenda. Can I get a motion, please?
Move approval.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 4, acceptance of donations. For the elementary backpack program, we had $55 from Bethany Lutheran Church. We had $3,000 from the Robert and Helen Remick Charitable Foundation for the robotics and aerial drone teams. And we had $3,000 from Cottonwood County Game and Fish League, charitable gaming for the trap team. For FFA, we had $100 from West Fork LLC, $500 from James Richard, DBA CG Farms, $100 from Corey and Stacy Hillesheim, $500 from Scott and Amy Vinker, Scott Vinker Farms, $250 from Haas Ag Seed and Service Inc., $250 from Staples Oil Company, and $100 from Miller Selner. Thank you to all those that donated to our kids and our programs. We could not do it without you. Could I get a motion to approve these very generous donations?
I'll move this forward, and with many thanks for supporting our programs.
Second.
All right, have a motion and a second. Any comments? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 5 is open forum. Do we have anybody for open forum?
No one for open forum.
All right. Number 6, we are going to approve the consent agenda. Can I get a motion, please?
I move approval.
I second that.
All right, have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 7, we are going to start with our administrative reports. We'll start with Mr. Barfnick for the preschool and elementary.
Thank you. All right. Hey, first thing I have on there is you can check out our preschool and elementary newsletter there in the thing. We get some pretty good viewership. I try to communicate with our families. Last time I checked, we had over 250 views, and that was shortly after I had sent that out. So our families are looking at these things, so it's good for them to know, good information to get through the rest of the summer and hopefully start getting ready for school for them. We had new teacher boot camp on July 21st, and then we'll have new teacher in-service day on August 20th. By the way, I should tell you, it looks like a lot of our reports are going to have some of the same information, so you might hear some of this multiple times. We did have Night to Unite, and that was fantastic. You saw a lot of, anybody who got food came by our table at the Night to Unite, and had a lot of good discussions with people, and we had some books that we gave out thanks to the elementary PTO and ECFE. So we gave out probably over 100 books to kids and families, so that was very nice too. Elementary welcome letters went out last week, so kids got to see I was at the fair, and a bunch of kids said, "Oh, I know who my teacher's going to be," so everybody's starting to get excited about that. Custodians and maintenance, they've been working real hard. They have the buildings looking great. Every area is just being cleaned and repaired and painted as needed. They are doing fantastic. Can't say enough about that crew. Other things coming up, we have staff returning on August 25th with new teachers, as I said, having their in-service on August 20th. We are having preschool early childhood screenings on August 27th. It's just it's a requirement of anybody before they enter first grade. They have to have that done. But also it just helps us know if there's anything that we need to watch out for. It's free for anybody who hasn't done it before. So if you know of anybody who is of preschool age, they can sign up for that. We'll have them also in October. That's further down on the agenda too. But other things, we have elementary and preschool entrance conferences on September 1st and 2nd during regular school hours. It's also picture day, so when families come in for their entrance conferences, kids can get their pictures taken. Also, the PTO is organizing sibling care during that time, so if parents are in a conference for their first grader, their third grader can be at sibling care so that parents can talk to the teachers and, say all the things that they want to say and hear all the things. So we do offer that too. As I said, more preschool screenings in October. And then just finally, we're still looking for some awesome people to work with our kids, so in the form of paraprofessionals. So if anybody loves working with kids, they should apply. That's all I have for you this week. Any questions for me?
All right, thank you. Next up, we will have Mr. Nielsen with the middle school report.
Hey, good evening. We know we're getting really close because tomorrow the regular office hours start. So summer office hours in middle school, high school are over, and tomorrow be staffed for the entire day, not the 8 to noon summer office hours that we've had. So we're getting really, really close. But we're still doing some summer preparation stuff. One big thing I've just wrapped up on the middle school side of it, and we'll get some elementary stuff in there, and Mr. T helps me out with the ADSIS report, that alternative delivery of specialized instruction services. We have that report that we have to have in by September 15th every single year, and we're just about done with it, so we'll have that in on time and ready to go with just some of the reporting and some of the individualized or small group instruction that we've given to students, whether it be with behaviors. In the high school portion of it this year, for the first time, we had some interventions that took place, reading interventions mostly, that we gained money for to utilize. So we'll report on that, and then in the elementary, it's the behavior-wise. So K-8, it's kind of some behavioral stuff and instruction that we give, and then high school-wise, 9 through 12, it was a lot of reading intervention type stuff that we use that ADSIS funding for. So yeah, that report is just about finalized and be ready to be sent off here soon. As Mr. B said, the teachers, or the students at the elementary know who their teachers are. The same thing has happened with Infinite Campus and opening up and students seeing their schedule. So there's been some changes that are already taking place. I know too, because at home I live with someone that helps make those changes. So, she's talked a little bit about that, but that's exciting stuff for students to see that. So just finalizing some of those student schedules, and there'll still be some changes. And new students, we've had people in the office enrolling students. So I see the middle school and the high school, I kind of look at that a little bit more than elementary a little bit, but we'll have a number of new students this year, and some even just returning back to Windom that haven't been with us. So that's great news. We love having new students come, and be a lot of middle school students this year. So looking forward to that. And just continue to coordinate some staffing things. Everything's just about wrapped up. Again, we're just looking, and maybe Amanda might touch on this, a paraprofessional or two, but we're sitting really, really good with hiring and everything else at the middle school, high school. So that's great. Today, with these fine people next to me and Mr. Jeff Huska, we went to Marshall to the cooperative, did a little professional learning there, got information on some standardized testing, MCA stuff. It was great to go to that regional data mine. We continue to go there. We go there every single year at this time and kind of look at just academic data, how we're doing on testing, things like that, looking for trends, anything that's going on, things that we can improve on, things that are going great for the state, and sometimes things that aren't going so great for the state, and trouble areas that we can grow on and improve in, and how we compare. So kind of use that for some instructional steps. We'll share that with our teams as we go. We had an opportunity to take some time and kind of get a presentation completed today too, together as a team that we share with everybody, and we'll be sharing with you eventually as we get everything. One thing to note too that we know, the reading MCA that students took in the spring, all of this stuff is kind of embargoed yet. So it isn't out, but the reading one will be really delayed. So all of this information will come out publicly in just a couple weeks. So in just a few weeks it comes out publicly, but that's about it. But we started to look and see kind of some of the state results and trends there and everything. So it was really good today to spend some time with everyone here and just have the opportunity to go over those trends and all of that data. So upcoming events, you can see for yourself. 7 o'clock, what's really exciting this evening is that the fall athletics, activities, all of that. That meeting is tonight. Mr. Johnson will be leading that at the elementary. And by next Monday, there'll be a lot of kids on campus. Not that there hasn't been just a little bit, but with all of the fall sports, that eligibility meeting, it's exciting time. So very, very exciting time of the year, and that's great news. And before we know it, our staff will be back, and shortly after that, September 1 for the middle school, high school, we will start, and we are excited for that as always. So it's always best when there's kids in that hallway. It's nice not to have them there just for a little bit to get stuff done. I'll be completely honest with everybody. It is amazing how much more you can accomplish when no one's there. It goes quick. So, no, that is it. Questions for me related to the middle school or anything else?
I would just say, how about those Pirates?
Hey, yeah.
So
Yeah, that was awesome last night. Pirates clinched going to state, but we'll face Fairmont here to see who the region winners are, but we clinched that. And you know what's really cool about that too, in our starting lineup last night for the Pirates, it is all Windom graduates or Windom teachers. If they didn't graduate the starting lineup from Windom, with the exception of one, Keenan Wenzel, works at Staples Oil Company, our second baseman. But otherwise, it's all Windom grads, or that they teach, from Tower to Fink to those guys that have been teaching in our district now. It's pretty cool. So yeah, thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun and fun community support. I mean, there's nothing better than to see the crowd down there and watching a game and just being out as a community together like that and bringing together. A lot of fun. So yeah, thank you.
no, it's been awesome.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nielsen. Number 9 is our high school report. Mr. Joyce is not with us tonight, but he did email out his report, and it's also in your board packet to review. Number 10, we are going to do the administrative report for special ed. Mrs. Wilson.
All right. As everybody else has said, summer's kind of flying by, and we are already to our last week of summer special education services will be next week. So I just want to give a big thank you to our team members who gave up part of their summer to be able to provide services to kids and keep that learning going. So we had Janelle Mickelson and Hannah Bevers, who is a speech therapist from the Service Cooperative. We're working with our youngest kiddos up at the preschool. Heather Wackel provided speech services, and then we had Santana Shover, Kaylin Donches, Colin Wilson, and Jeremiah Huff providing services to kids at the elementary and middle high school. So thank you very much to them, because those are services that we have to provide, and we are very, very grateful when people who already work with the kids and know them from during the year are willing to come in on their time off and keep that learning going. As to echo what others have said, new teacher boot camp happened. So we had our new special education teachers in. They're all getting set up with their caseloads and learning about their students and what teaching resources that they have now that they're in our district. So they're ready to go on day 1. With that more time you can concentrate on projects that comes over the summer, I've been able to put together a behavior support toolkit for our special education teachers to work through some of the legal paperwork that goes along with when there are behavioral things coming from a person's disability that need to be addressed through the IEP, but then also just understanding behavior and figuring out what it's communicating to put together really effective plans for kids on how we're going to teach different skills to reduce the behaviors that we don't want to see and help them gain more of the things that we do in the coming year. So I'm excited to share that with our teachers and hoping to see some good outcomes there. We've got several new families who have moved into the district, and we'll have students who receive special education services. So I'm working with them to make sure that we have all of the things that we need set up and ready to go, and know if there's additional staffing or changes in staffing that would need to happen, because we have different students now. And then beyond that, it has been scheduling, and will continue to be scheduling and adjusting schedules for the next several weeks. As we work on finalizing things to get the year started. As of Friday, we had 10 para positions open district-wide, most of them at the elementary school. Now we have 9, because we had somebody accept a position we offered today, and we're very excited to have her coming on board. So, are there any questions for me?
All right, thank you. Appreciate that. Just gonna put a plug in for the paras that we need. I was on vacation and last week I was visiting with a lady from California who's a para there. And she was just telling me how much she loved her job, getting up, going to work. She goes, I'm able to work with this kid. And she just made so much of a difference in this kid's life. And I just reminded her of how important that job was for those kids. I said, it might just be, your job, and she just didn't give herself enough credit. So for all of you people that are looking for a job, please come in, please apply. You will be making a difference in these kids' lives, whether you think you are or not. Just come on in, and it's a great place to work. Right, next up, superintendent report.
All right, good evening, board members. We have in-service week coming up on August 24th, 25th, 26th, and 31st. So there's a Monday in the mix this year. Not always, but this year there is. We have a keynote speaker named Eric Hudspeth. He's an author and a leader in education. He's going to do a presentation on Own the Change, the mindset that changes everything. So we're all looking forward to that. Other events that will take place during fall in service are CPR training, morphology and vocab professional development for teachers in grades 4-12, CAPD training, and then AI training for secretaries, paras, teachers. We have used this AI trainer for teachers in the past, and he was just really great. And so we wanted to bring him back for other members of our team. So that's why he's coming back. There will also be staff meetings and leadership team meetings and lots of work time for teachers. So it's going to be a great week, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, to reference some of the things that have gone on this summer, I put a whole bunch of pictures in your packet because pictures tell 1,000 words. So some of the events that our principals have referenced are before you here in the packet. I just want to note that it really is a great time to be a Windom Eagle. We have so many positive things going on. Night to Unite, it was great to visit with the community and the pictures there. We had our Eagle mascot out, and everyone loved it. It's great to have the whole team there. State baseball, I put these pictures in here because these are photos that maybe haven't been out yet. Okay, there's a photo at the fair when the boys came back and rode on the Nielsen trailer through the fair. There's another photo on the bus as they were departing for state. Another photo with the Booster Club's treats, that they prepared for the guys. But I think it's a good time, too, to reflect on the fact that our Booster Club is thriving. It wasn't too many years ago when Windom didn't even have a Booster Club. And for this very moment, when we had a team going to state, that is why that Booster Club was formed, and we started from ground zero. We had to, Angie and I sat around our table and filled out all the paperwork and was able to get it to be a real club again. So it was a great moment to recognize the Booster Club also because the Booster Club paid for that charter bus. And the difference between a school bus and a charter bus always comes down to the Booster Club paying for it. So just a shout out to our Booster Club and for recognizing the great work of all of our athletes and performers. The next set of pictures you have here is the Riverfest Parade. Again, we were well represented at Riverfest this year. So you have a FFA with the float. We have a marching band back. For many years we didn't have a marching band, and it's back. Our admin team always does a float as well, so you'll see that there on the bottom. And this year we had a mascot, Benny, wearing, the Windom Eagle t-shirt there. Sometimes we have Patriot, other times we've had Monty and Max, and, everybody's dog gets to go on the parade at some point. Okay, the child care update. This is outdated. I wrote this on Thursday, and there have been many things that have happened up at Highland since then. So ignore the things that are wrong in here. I apologize. It's what I knew at the time. The fire doors arrived today. I happened to be up at Highland when they arrived, and the Susner Construction was installing them today. So those are done. There is a temporary exterior door that they put in. They happen to have one out in the shop. Ours has not arrived yet. we ordered it in March and it's still not here. So they decided, let's put a temporary exterior door in. It has the push bar and everything needed. When ours comes in, they will install it on a Saturday, just so that we can have all of our inspections completed now. Our licensor is actually coming on Thursday, so that's really exciting. I wasn't sure when she was coming last week, but so it's crunch time for Soaring Eagles Daycare Center. So she'll be here Thursday. All of our staff training is completed except CPR, which will be on the 19th. Our maintenance team has put together all the furniture, so the cribs, the bookshelves, the tables, all of those things have been put together by Zach, Josh, and Dustin up at the daycare. It's nice that we had the gym to get all of it organized because they needed a lot of space. And then I just want to shout out to Doug Holtz. He's been a great leader throughout this project. Whenever we have remodels or construction of any kind, there's a lot of details that go into it. And Doug always does a great job of making sure everyone's in the know and that we're meeting our timelines. Wold and Susner have been very good to work with. Wold, again, is our architect. Susner is the general contractor. They, in turn, have hired subcontractors, including Schwabux, Ron's Electric, and Nathan Brugman Fencing, so local guys to complete the work, so that's been wonderful. Soaring Eagles Child Care Center is going to do entrance conferences on September 27th with the families who have registered, and I apologize, the sentence is not fully formed here, but I do have the stats for you. There are currently 36 children on the registration list, but 15 of them have completed the registration paperwork and paid the registration fee. So that will be one of our next things, is to, call all of these families and see if they still intend to come or not, but that's where we're sitting with registration. And then we will have an open house later on in September, and I'll let you know that date when we get closer. As the principals have noted, summer cleaning has been going very well. Our custodians have worked very hard. Capital projects, the flooring in the circle is complete, so the next time you're at the middle high school, go ahead and take a look. It looks wonderful. Just envision it with blue lockers, because those are on the docket to get replaced next year. And then lastly, the lockers for junior and senior hall have started to arrive, so we just need a few days to get those put in. That should be coming up this week or next week, just in the nick of time. But that is what junior hall looks like right now. It's just an empty space. All the old lockers have been removed. And then lastly, the track is still on target to be resurfaced in September. They're going to work around our soccer and events that we might have inside the track. So that's what I have for you tonight.
Can you just jog my memory? For the lockers, is it junior and senior are getting done now? The other ones will be done in the next year or two? Or?
Yeah, junior and senior hall are being done right now. And then the circles in the locker will be done next summer.
Okay.
It was just too much to do the carpet and the lockers and try to align all of that in the same summer.
Yeah.
So.
No, thank you.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Frank. Number 12, Board of Education report. Is there any report that any groups have? No? All right. Number 13, we are going to approve the 2026 through 2028 MSEA contract for paraprofessionals. Mrs. Frank.
All right, in your contract, you will see the red line version of the MSEA contract with our paraprofessionals. On July 14th, in a single meeting, the district and MSEA para-union reached a tentative agreement for 7.1%, or $138,673 over 2 years. On August 5th, the union ratified the contract. This settlement included a 5% increase in health insurance, a $100 increase in 403B contributions, and a $1 per hour increase for setting 3 room paras. And the rest of the increase was in salary. I just want to thank the board members, Barb Jones and Matt Steffens, as well as the MSEA negotiations team, for a collaborative and enjoyable negotiation session. It was quick, it was easy, and very well done.
Great job to that team for getting it done in one meeting. That's amazing. So can I get a motion to approve this, please?
Move approval.
Second?
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Can we just say now, Matt and Barb, negotiators for that?
I will agree with that, yes.
I have been negotiating.
Welcome to the team, Matt. That's incredible. Thank you both.
All right. Any discussion on this? All right, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 14, we are going to approve policies 203.5, 404, 405, 406, 422, 427, 505, 516, 530, and 807. We did go through these at the last meeting. Is there any other information, Bree, that you would like to give? All right. Can I get a motion to approve the policies, please?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 15, we are going to approve adult meal prices for the 26-27 regular school year. Mrs. Anderson.
So each year, the school board is required to approve the adult meal prices. This also includes any student who gets second lunches. This is their price for that. We had to wait for MDE to put the minimum adult meal prices, which are current, or our prices for the meals from the 2025-2026 school year were still higher than the minimum. So my recommendation is to keep the same meal prices, which is $3 for breakfast and $6 for lunch for the 2026-2027 school year.
All right, can I get a motion for this, please?
Move approval?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Number 16, we are going to review the estimated cash flow report for fiscal year 2027. This is informational only, and I will turn it over to Mrs. Anderson.
I created this a month ago, so I know we've already gone through 1 month. It won't reflect. I was gone on the work session, so I would have presented then. So the cash flow report, you see this 3 times a year, and this is our first one, which just reflects funds 1, 2, 4, 8, and 21. It is based off of what you approved with our budget. It's just a guide. You know, we take into fact what we kind of predict our property taxes could be, the state aids that we should get, and we just kind of distribute all of our revenues and expenses. It's just a guess. We do our best. As always, Peggy always said, it's a guide. Things can change. So I just want to remind you, our beginning balance is going to be approximately 9.9 million, and it will decrease throughout the year as what we budgeted to about 9.4. I know we have a few capital expenditures that we know about, such as lockers, track, carpet, that we know we were going to spend down. So that is why the number's decreasing. I just don't want you to fret. So the reason why we have to present this cash flow report to you guys is because it shows the board that our cash flow is adequate to meet our obligations, so we don't have to borrow money. We can pay our bills. What we could borrow against would be the aid anticipation certificates. So it essentially is borrowing money against our future income. We would have to pay interest on the money borrowed, but as you can see, we do not need to do that. And the last time we had aid anticipation certificates was in 2011. So if you have any questions for me, I will gladly answer them.
All right, doesn't look like there's any questions. Thank you. And that being the last thing on our list, I will adjourn the meeting. Enjoy the rest of your evening.